Okay, so Saul came and he actually, um, as David was talking about, that he was not afraid and that he was able to actually fight because he knew that God had been with him, and that when God had set out, and he could look back at all the things that he had gone through with the bears and the lions and how God had uh, kept him. And he could look back and know that the same God who delivered him in those situations would be the same God that would deliver him then. And then it goes on and says, Saul clothed David with his armor, and he put bronze helmets on him, also clothed him with a coat of mail. And David fastened the sword in the armor and tried to walk. Now that's the thing about it. When God has brought you through some things, and you didn't have all these other things around you, don't start to try to let other people put stuff on you to make you seem like this is how you have to go out. Whatever has brought you there, that's what you continue with. That God will provide, He will cover, He will make a way. So here's what David was going through at this point. So David said, I can't walk with all these things on. I have not tested them. So David took them off, and then he took his staff in his hand, and he chose for himself 5 smooth stones from the brook, and put them in a shepherd's bag in the pouch which he had with his sling in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistines. Here, this child was that had very primitive type of defense, but his belief in God made what he had to be like the type of military might that we have today, but was all encased in this young boy because of his belief that he believed that there was no limits to what God could do. And that's what sometimes we have to do too, in spite of the obstacles that are in front of us, that we have to hold on to the promise that God has told us that He will do exactly what He said He would do for us. So then it says, so the Philistine came and began drawing near to David, and the man who bore the shield went before him. That was the armor bearer. And when the Philistines looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was a youth. He had the nerve to get mad because like, y'all sent this kid out here for me. He's like, y'all, you know what, y'all doing too much. Y'all just whatever. Okay, is this what you doing? And then the Philistine looked and saw David. He was only a youth, ruddy and good looking. So the Philistine said to David, am I a dog? You come to me with this stick.